There's something wrong with the universe, and I don't mean a little error on a spreadsheet somewhere. I mean a fundamental crack in the fabric of reality itself. It feels like the laws of physics, the ones we thought were absolute, are just failing. We're not just observers watching the stars anymore, we're investigators, and we've just arrived at the scene of a cosmic crime.
And look, that is not an exaggeration. This isn't just some tiny anomaly we can explain away. This is a full-blown contradiction right at the heart of reality. It's a sign that maybe, just maybe, our entire understanding of space and time is built on a lie. So, let's do what investigators do. Let's examine the evidence.
All right, so for decades, we had the perfect story, a kind of sacred text called the Standard Model of Cosmology. Think of it as our official user manual for the universe. It was solid. It gave us the universe's age, 13.8 billion years, check, and a neat, predictable script for how everything was supposed to evolve. It was the answer to everything. And then, well, it wasn't. And that's because this new detective showed up on the scene, the James Webb Space Telescope. See, it wasn't just built to see farther, it was built to see earlier, to peer back into the dawn of time, right to the scene of the crime everyone thought had gone cold billions of years ago. And what it found just shattered that perfect alibi. It found something that, according to our trusted user manual, was absolutely, fundamentally impossible. Okay, Exhibit A, a galaxy with the catchy name JADES GS Z14-0. The data here is undeniable, but it makes zero sense. We're seeing this galaxy as it was just 290 million years after the Big Bang. That's supposed to be the cosmic dark age, a time when the universe was just this chaotic, soupy fog. Nothing this massive, this bright, this complex should exist yet. It's a monster that just breaks all the rules. To really get this, imagine walking into a newborn nursery and finding a fully grown teenager in a business suit reading the stock market. I mean, that is the scale of this violation. The universe simply shouldn't have had enough time to build something so sophisticated. From a scientific point of view, this is more than just unsettling. It's a direct challenge to everything we thought we knew. So, one impossible galaxy? Fine. It could be an anomaly, a fluke, a one-off mystery. But the evidence doesn't stop there. Oh no. In fact, that impossible teenager in the nursery, it's just the first clue. It connects to a much deeper conspiracy, one that actually warps the very fabric of space and time itself. Welcome to what we're calling the cosmic speed trap. Imagine two perfect, reliable cops clocking the universe's expansion. Our first cop, Officer Planck, looks way back at the early universe, at the echo of the Big Bang itself. He gets a speed of 67.4 kilometers per second per megaparsec. Then, our second cop, Officer Hubble, looks at the universe today, at nearby stars, and gets a speed of about 73. Now, a megaparsec is just a huge unit of distance, don't worry about that. The point is, they're measuring the same universe. The numbers have to match, but they don't. And we're not talking about a rounding error here. In physics, we have this threshold for reality called 5 sigma. It is the absolute gold standard. It's the point where a statistical fluke officially becomes an undeniable fact. And the tension, the disagreement between these two measurements, has crossed that line. So what does 5 sigma times really mean? It means the odds of this whole thing being a random error, just a simple mistake in the data, are less than 1 in 3.5 million. Think about that. The universe is telling us two completely contradictory facts, and it's daring us to believe them both at the same time. For years, honestly, we all clung to the hope that it was a simple mistake, a calibration error, maybe a faulty instrument. But as new data from the Webb telescope started confirming both measurements, that hope just died. The easy way out was gone. The contradiction is real. And frankly, it's terrifying. Which leaves us with this completely reality-bending question. This is the central mystery of our entire investigation. It's a question that just breaks logic. How can something be moving at two different speeds depending only on when you happen to look at it? To solve this, we need a suspect. And believe it or not, we have a prime suspect, but it's not some dry, boring theory. It's more like a ghost in the machine. Scientists are calling it early dark energy. Imagine this. Right after the Big Bang, the universe used a cheat code. A phantom force switched on, gave the whole cosmos a massive shot of adrenaline, and made it expand way faster than our models ever predicted. And then, poof,
It just vanished, without a single trace, leaving behind a crime scene where the physics just doesn't add up. But let's be honest with ourselves here. This doesn't really feel like a breakthrough. It feels desperate, like we're trying to salvage a broken theory. We are literally inventing a ghost, a convenient force that just so happens to explain the cosmic speed trap and give the universe enough time to build that impossible teenage galaxy. And then it conveniently disappears before we can ever detect it. That's not a discovery. That's a patch on a sinking ship.
So all of this brings us to the real takeaway. The vertigo, the dizziness, it really starts to set in when you realize the problem might not be out there, in the cosmos.
The problem isn't the universe, it's us. Our map of reality, that trusted standard model, it might just be a rough sketch of our own tiny cosmic neighborhood. We could be facing another Copernican demotion, the horrifying idea that our precious laws of physics aren't universal at all. And here, right here, is the true scale of our ignorance. This entire scientific nervous breakdown, all these contradictions and invented ghost forces, they're all happening inside that tiny 5% slice of the universe we call normal matter. The other 95%, dark matter and dark energy, remains a complete and total mystery. We are having a meltdown over the rules in one single room of a mansion we've never even explored.
The final piece of evidence is a very hard truth to swallow. The map is not the territory. Our user manual for the universe was never the universe itself. It was just our best attempt to draw it. And now the universe is telling us, in no uncertain terms, our map is wrong. So this crisis becomes more than scientific, it's existential. Because if the fundamental rules we rely on every single day, gravity, time, causality, if they're all just local bylaws for our quiet little corner of the cosmos, what else is out there? What other impossibilities, what other monsters are lurking in the cosmic dark, just waiting for us to finally leave the neighborhood?